Hello, Plano ISD community. As superintendent of this amazing school district, I can't think of a better way than to have this month's message around student engagement. Our schools do a phenomenal job of inspiring our students and helping them build for their future. In Plano ISD, we believe student engagement and belonging is at the very core of what we do. And I'm so proud to introduce you to 4 students who have found their voice and their purpose in Plano ISD.
Hi, I'm Morgan. I'm involved in Plano Theater. I'm Vice President of ITS, and I am captain of the speech and debate team.
Hi, I'm Ethan Mansfield. I help around with Titan Esports, and I'm kind of like the lead person for Titan Esports as it is right now.
Hi, I'm Madison Tran, and I'm Plano East Senior Class President and on Student Senate, as well as Plano East Volleyball Team and UNICEF.
Hello, I'm Julian Coleman. I am a part of the Plano West Student Council. I'm the writer and teacher for Agape Youth Circle, our on-campus faith-based organization, and I'm a catechumen of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Parish.
All right, so as you can see, we have 4 amazing students with us today, and I just have a couple of questions that I want to ask, and it's around student engagement. It sounds like y'all are already well on your way of being involved in our schools, but how has your participation in extra or co-curricular programs in Plano ISD helped you?
One of the best things about the Plano Theater program is the fact that we're constantly receiving feedback, whether it's from judges or our director or our peers or technicians. So it's really helped me grow and learn to be able to receive feedback, whether it's positive or negative.
Awesome.
I think my participation in extracurriculars has really helped me communicate with others well and increase my leadership skills a lot because they force me to kind of communicate with others and not only listen to me, but I have to listen to everyone else around me too and incorporate that in all that I do.
I know that with esports, we have to communicate a lot with what is happening inside our games, and that due to the competitive nature, we have to think of things on the spot and make sure that things get done efficiently right then and there. I know that it is also being engaged with it. It's a lot of shot calling, which is tactical communication between others, and that is very helpful with real-world applications.
Well, being involved in student council and then certain faith-based organizations especially, has brought me to this understanding of the importance of a very, very close, tight-knit community, not just in the city, but also within the school. And it's made me appreciate my peers, my elders in the community.
I love that, and I can certainly tell by your responses how much teamwork and communication has really inspired you and brought you to this point. So when you go back and you think maybe 7th grade or 8th grade, or maybe even before then, what was the thing that sparked you to get involved in school? So we'll start with Madison. What helped you or what inspired you to get involved?
I think starting in middle school, seeing all the high schoolers and seniors doing all these fun activities like homecoming, prom, graduation, it really sparked my interest and I wanted to get involved and help because it looked so fun and I just wanted to be a part of that as well.
I love that. We'll go over here, Morgan.
So as a younger student in middle school, we were always encouraged to go watch the plays and musicals that our higher up schools were putting on. And they always do these things called talkbacks after shows where we're free to ask questions and stuff. And just hearing all of these students talk about how much it meant to them to be in these activities, it just really inspired me to jump in them, even if it was scary at first.
Well, I went to Frankfort Middle School in 7th grade, and I remember I wanted to be a part of the student council because I had seen student council. They'd done so many events on campus and off campus, and then they always receive such great feedback from people in the community. It's like, where do I sign up? Where do I get involved? And so that really just kind of, inspired me to get more involved in my school in certain extracurricular activities.
Awesome. And what about you?
I know personally it was more starting into high school where I got more involved. I know my teachers started to kind of help me get more involved, and they showed me what it was like to be actually involved with my school. And then also with other side hobbies that kind of fit in with school, they kind of just went and coincided with each other, and I thought that would be perfect.
So, share with me a favorite memory or moment that you've had in one of your activities that you've been involved or engaged with at school. And I don't know who wants to start.
I can start.
Okay.
I know last year I was very involved in our UIL One Act play, which is a big thing for theater and like the Plano ISD theater community. And we had advanced to area. And at the awards ceremony, they were announcing who would advance to region. And we unfortunately did not break. But it was really important for our cast to like feel that together and experience it together. And like we were obviously all disappointed, but on the bus ride home, we all were just talking about like our favorite moments and stuff that we were gonna miss. I don't know, it just really reminded me how much we're a community and how much we need to be supporting each other.
For me, last year Senate organized a leadership conference, and I was lucky enough to be in charge of that. And so basically what we did was we put all the feeder schools together, Murphy, Otto, Williams, McMillan, and East obviously, and all the leadership organizations, we all got together and we all did team bonding activities, and we learned what communication was and how that helps in leadership attributes. And like Morgan said, that really helped me, like an eye-opener for me, to see how well Plano ISD shows like their community, and how all the schools, we're not just all separate schools, we're actually all just one big district, and we all kind of communicate together.
I love that. Okay, so here's my last question. And Julian, if we can start with you, but what advice would you offer students who are interested in getting more involved and engaged at their school?
If you're interested in getting more involved or engaged at your school and they don't have something that you want to do, start something. Start something. Administration, not just at your school, but administration and PISD overall. From my experience, it's very, very quick with approving clubs and organizations for different students. So if you have a passion for something and there's nothing at your campus for you to express that passion with other people, start it.
I know personally, talking to other, like your teachers and maybe even your peers to kind of see what their inputs are. If a teacher is very involved with something already, you can help get their support for what you want to continue doing with your school. And also just try to find something that you're interested in, as Julian said.
Well, I'm so incredibly impressed. I'm thinking that you can offer some professional development for us next year around leadership, and maybe you can do a summit for teachers and administrators. That's wonderful.
So, Dr. Williams, we'd actually like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
All right.
What clubs were you involved in high school?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Ta-da. So this is my very coveted FFA jacket, and I was also chapter sweetheart, and I don't know if they still do chapter sweethearts or not, and it's not brown because it's dirty, it's brown because it has aged, and that's what happens to white over time, it turns yellow. But so I was in ag in high school, and that was one of the things, and I'm going to bring up ag because I heard you mention your teachers a lot, and it was my FFA teacher that really inspired me not only to be a better person and a student, but he was someone who saw me, and he's as a 10th grader in school, and I had moved from a small town to a large city in a bigger school and felt a little lost. And he saw me and met me where I was and had a conversation with me about my future and my potential. And I am forever grateful for Mr. Shue. I know he's touched many lives. He certainly touched mine. So I really loved FFA, not only for the content and learning about the matter, and I also raised and showed a steer. But really what I love the most now as I look back on my high school years is Mr. Shue really inspired me to want to be a teacher. And so for that, I'm really grateful, not only for the experience, but also for having an amazing teacher like Mr. Shue. And I've heard y'all mention your teachers as well, and I know that y'all are grateful for what they've done for you as well. Well, do y'all have any additional questions for me?
I do. I just really want to know, what is your why? You know, what drives you, what motivates you to be so involved with your students in the various schools in PISD?
I am very passionate about our students and that every student is ready for life. And in order to be ready for life, then we need to have schools that are safe and welcoming to students, where students have a sense of belonging, where teachers embrace, love and nurture and care and inspire and empower our students to find their unique talents. And I also feel really passionate about making sure that our students have every opportunity to engage in exciting, innovative learning, much like at Academy and much like the things that you talked about, where when our students graduate across and walk across the stage, that they feel equipped and ready to take on the next challenge in life. And I don't know if you've heard this before, maybe you have or not, but you guys are our future. And everything that we do in Plano ISD is centered around you, your experience. And I'm so very fortunate to get to be superintendent. And not only that, I really have enjoyed our time together and hearing your stories and what's made a difference and what's been important to each of you as you've been either a middle school or a high school student in Plano ISD. So I'm really grateful and thankful for this time with each of you today.
Thank you.
Thank you.